Welcome back to the Weekend Postcast. Bruce Millington, Paul Keeley, David Jennings and Frank the Tank Hickey from Paddy Power. We're looking ahead to some really good action at Fairyhouse on Sunday, where there are Cheltenham clues aplenty, plus some really good races in their own right. We'll start at 1:30 with the Bar 1 Racing Hatton's Grace Hurdle. Frank, how do your company bet?
Yeah, Nichols Canyon is 11-8, Apples Jade 7-4, Super Sunday 11-2, Chilios Emery's 10-1, Augusta Kate 16-1, and we're 33-1 bar.
DJ, any day where you've got Nichols Canyon v Apples Jade is a good one, isn't it? Will these two fight it out, or can someone else beat them?
This is the best job in the world this weekend when you've got this race, when you're a racing journalist this weekend. It's incredible. Do you know what? When the entries for this came out, I was kind of thinking Apples Jade would be favourite and Apples Jade would win. And then yesterday, I spent a bit of time studying the race, and I kind of completely turned full circle. And I actually think Nichols Canyon now is going to win because if you go back, like his best performances arguably have come on his first start back. Like he won the Morgiana for the last 2 years in a row. He beat Jer's Girl by 12 lengths in it last year. The year before, he ended Faugheen's unbeaten record. And the year before that, he won his maiden hurdle at Cork. So he obviously goes well fresh and likes to have a break. And you look at his form going right-handed, and it's quite spectacular, really. I think 2.5 miles, first start of the year, around Fairyhouse. I think he's going to be pretty hard to beat, and it's Nichols Canyon for me.
Could he be slightly underrated, Kills Nichols Canyon? I mean, he's obviously a well-known horse, but he's kind of, if you look at him, he's kind of always been a little bit in the shadow of some of the bigger names at Willie Mullins' yard, isn't he? He's some horse, isn't he?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, he's been around a while now, and he does put in some really good performances. I mean, ridiculously, I was backing him each way for the champion hurdle at the beginning of last season because he ends up coming out and wins the Stayers hurdle. He's a very good horse, and his form right-handed is rock solid as well. So as Dave said, yeah. I mean, I think he's the one to beat. I like Apples Jade as well, though. I mean, it's a real tough race, isn't it? I thought Apples Jade, the way she was, winning at the end of last season,
is she not a spring mare?
Yeah, I don't know. It might be the case that she'd be better in the spring. I was hoping that they might step her up to 3 mile and run her in the Stayers, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, it should be between those two. I mean, Super Sunday could improve again, I suppose, but I'd imagine it's between those two.
Will you have a bet?
Probably, but I couldn't tell you which one I would back. It'd be a small bet for an interest.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Not very helpful. Frank, Nichols Canyon, Apples Jade, or something else?
Oh, no, it's between the two. It's very difficult to figure out. Like, it's probably a race I wouldn't have a bet in. Like, Nichols Canyon's record fresh for Willie is 3 out of 3. So you'd imagine he's going to be ready to rock for this. But Apples Jade, she's had a run in Navan. She won really well, albeit a far weaker race than this is going to be. But she's getting £7 off Nichols Canyon. And with the run under her belt, I think she might just prove difficult to beat. But it's between the two. It's not a race I'd have great confidence picking between the two. But if you force me, I'd probably side with Apples Jade.
Righto. The 1 o'clock is the Bar 1 Racing Royal Bond Novices Hurdle. Previous winners include Hurricane Fly, Jeski, and the aforementioned Nichols Canyon. Willie Mullins has won the race 6 times since 2008, including the last 3 runnings. What's the latest betting, Frank?
Mainly Khan is 9-4, Red Jack 11-4. Macatorix 3-1, Larichburg 5-1, and we're 14-1 bar.
Competitive. Who wins, Frank?
Oh, it's a very difficult race. Macatorix is supposed to be very good. He won well at the Stole in his debut, but that was a nothing race. Mainly Khan looked very good at Navan last time, winning a Grade 3 hurdle. And although the jockey bookings, Barry Geraghty's on Larichburg and even Mark Walsh is on Early Doors, which suggests that Red Jack could possibly be 3rd string JP, I think his bump performance is really strong, and although he wasn't really impressive on his hurdles debut in Ace, he still won handy enough. And I just think we haven't seen anywhere near the best of him yet. And again, it's not with great confidence, but I'd probably chance Red Jack. And look at the jockey bookings, I imagine when this race is repriced properly, he'll be a bigger price than what he is now.
DJ, looking forward to this one?
Yeah, but this sniffs of something. I don't know what it is. I just don't get the jockey bookings. They make no sense whatsoever. And I just wonder, will Red Jack run at all? It's a funny one. First of all, I was surprised Barry Geraghty wasn't on Red Jack. And then I was even more shocked, given that he won his maiden hurdle on him, that Mark Walsh wasn't on Red Jack. So I just don't know what's going on. I really don't. I know Sean Flanagan is an old meat stable jockey, but that's neither here nor there. JP has the call, and Barry Geraghty and Mark Walsh are his two jockeys. So it just smells of something, and I don't know what. I think Red Jack, if Barry Geraghty was riding Red Jack, I think he could end up being the best of these. His bumper form is fantastic. He crossed hands for an awful lot of money, and I thought he was reasonably impressive at Naas on his first start over hurdles. I think he'll jump better when they go quicker. They didn't go quick enough for him at Naas. But yeah, I can't make head nor tail of it, and for that reason, I think it could be a no-bet race.
Okay, Kills, no-bet race for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's difficult. Look, I mean, Mengley Khan has looked really, really good, but Red Jack and Makatorix, although, they're second and third in the betting, and what they've actually done over hurdles, I mean, on RPRs, they are £18 below the top rated, which is Le Richebourg, who Barry Geraghty is riding. Now, I mean, obviously, they could be anything. This Makatorix was 1 from 9 in France, though, so, I mean, he wasn't brilliant over there. I suppose 110 grand isn't that expensive either, is it, for a jump source these days? I'd probably take a chance on the Richebourgs. Won really easily last time. The runner-up came out and won again next time. Not something I'd be having a massive bet in, because it is guesswork. There aren't any crossing form lines for you to measure, but, I think he's the one that's likely to shorten, especially with Barry Geraghty riding.
Okay, and the other race we're going to focus on at Fairyhouse on Sunday is the 235. It's the Bar 1 Racing Drinmore Novices Chase. How do Paddy Power bet, Frank?
Yeah, Death Duty is 8-13, Rathvinden 130, Denario de Zabo 9-1, Satterlove 14-1, and we're 16-1 at both Snowfall and Townsend.
Kills, you're going to be unloading here?
I'm not going to be unloading. I might have a couple of quid on Denario Deso Boa. I just quite like her. Whether she's good enough to beat Death Duty, I don't know, because he did look really, really good last time. But I may play the forecast. I can definitely see her beating Rathvinden.
DJ?
Well, there's a couple of things I'm predicting this weekend, but I would be absolutely staggered if Denario de Zobo went off at 9-1. That looks incredible value. Now, I mean incredible. I think she could go off 7-2, 4-1. 9-1 looks huge. Look, she's not as good a horse as Death Duty, but she's getting a hell of a lot of weight. She's a 4-year-old mare, and this is really, really clever placing by Gordon Elliott. What he's got here is a 4-year-old mare who jumps really well and that loves soft ground. So he's making hay early in the season when she gets all the allowances. And, fair play to him for having a go here. I thought she was absolutely brilliant at Clonmel. She beat Miss Eyecatcher by 22 lengths. Like, she finished like a fresh horse. She finished like she wanted to go around again. It's interesting. I think Jack Kennedy is riding as well. She was absolutely fantastic on her debut over hurdles when she beat 2A Permis, who's no slouch, with 29 lengths at Cork. Ground, I think, is the key. Has beaten Expatriate at Fairyhouse as well, so has course form. Yeah, I just think 9-1 is a ridiculous price about Denario de Zobo.
Okay, and Frank, what about you?
Yeah, it's not a race I had a really strong opinion on. Yeah, Denario de Zobo is obviously brought into by the weight to get £15 from the top two.
You can hear Frank's keyboard, can't you? Frank's tapping away, changing the price now.
No, I trust our Irish trader, our Irish compilers.
Okay.
Death Duty's the one to beat, but getting the weight, if she can't win here, she's never going to win. But yeah, for me, I think Death Duty will probably win, but he wouldn't be one I would be falling over a cliff though. He'll win soft ground 2.5 mile chases in Ireland, but I think when he goes to England in the spring, you want to be hitting the pink button. Okay,
one horse each from you to back on Sunday, Kills.
Yeah, well, I've got two Sunday actually.
Go on.
Is that all right?
Of course it is.
There's Purcell's Bridge in the 225 at Carlisle. I've had two starts now. Got beaten by a couple of these at Wetherby last time, but it does like Carlisle. Has won there a couple of times. I think it'd just be fit and ready to go. And then there is, Giovanni just spotted it, a veterans handicap chase at Leicester, so I had to have a quick look at that. And I like Astracad, was a good third to the one for Pele, I think it was, at Aintree last time. It's going to go close at Leicester, I think.
DJ?
Two more for me at Fairyhouse, cracking card in the 205.
Sorry, DJ, I'm meeting all my mates in a minute and going on the piss, so could you make it nice and snappy, please?
Incredibly snappy. In the 205 at Fairyhouse, right down the bottom, well, almost at the bottom, number 17, Vineyard, for Gordon Elliott and Dennis O'Regan. This horse was second to Thomas Hobson off 125. Thomas Hobson obviously ran the Melbourne Cup. For 125, same mark here, gets in with just 9 stone 13, loves Fairyhouse, and I think this has been his target all season. So 25-1 Vineyard. And in the 310, which is the 3 mile 5 handicap chase, I like fine theatre here for Paul Nolan and Donny McInerney taking off £5. I think he's crying out for a trip. He's 12-1. I think he'll give you a good run for your money. So fine theatre and Vineyard would be 2 at bigger prices.
Thank you very much, David. Frank, what have you got for us?
Just a 205. I'm going to go against David with a horse named after him, David's Charm. He's 8-1 with us at the moment. His form has been very good. It's gone handicapping. He's won 2 races. But it's the last time out at the Stole. He was ahead second to Lagos to Vegas in heavy ground. He's £7 higher here, and the ground is going to be better, which is suit him. He ideally wants good ground. But that race worked out tremendously well. Swan Fossil's in behind. He won the November handicap on the flat. Top of the Raz won his next 2 hurdles races. Lagos to Vegas, who won the race, third in Cesarovic. And the better ground here is going to suit. I think 8-1's a cracking each way bet. He won't be out of the first 4.
Okay, jolly good. Kills, what's the weekend hold for you?
Well, I'm going to see a consultant about having my gallbladder out tomorrow.
As you do?
Yeah, as you do. And then I'm pretty much off the rest of it, I think, yeah.
Oh, so you're going to take it easy.
Yeah,
Carry on recuperating,
no drinking. Which is
excellent.
unfortunate.
Okay, well done. Hope the betting more than makes up for the lack of alcohol. David Jennings, what are you up to, my friend?
Great to have you back, Paul. We've missed you.
Cheers, mate.
I just can't wait. I'm working this weekend, and I just can't wait. It's a great feeling, just dying to go into work. Fairyhouse both days.
Okay, I can't make Fairyhouse tomorrow, DJ. It's my birthday, so unfortunately I've got otherwise engaged. But do watch out.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Do watch out for Hey Little Boy and give me a little progress report, won't you? Or a little scouting
I will indeed.
report.
I will indeed.
Lovely. And Frank, what about you? What have you got on?
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, Bruce.
Thank you, mate.
I am going to Jimmy Carr tonight, so hopefully that'll be... I went to see him before. He's absolutely brilliant.
Is he good live? Yeah, I've got a feeling he would be. Yeah, I've got loads of mates who absolutely can't stand him, but I think he's funny, isn't he?
Oh,
His one-liners are brilliant.
Yeah, he's my sense of humour now. Like, as in, he sees the line and he goes about 1,000,000 miles past it, and that's what I like. But the last time I went to see him, I genuinely nearly vomited. I was laughing so hard. So I'm hoping for a bit more, and I'm working then for the rest of the weekend, so it'll be quite enough.
I must recommend a comedian for you. If you like live stand-up, you must go and see Stuart Lee if you get a chance, if he's ever over there. Honestly, he's absolutely superb. I saw him in Brighton last year, and like you actually end up with a stitch. It's just, you're laughing your head off. It's absolutely superb. Okay, thank you very much, chaps. Great to have you back, as you say, Kills. Good luck to the boys in Ireland. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching or listening. Don't forget, if you enjoy these podcasts, do make sure you rate, review and subscribe on iTunes. We're back on Monday.
Paddy Power are offering money back as a free bet if the horse you back finishes 2nd, 3rd or 4th to the SP favourite in at least 2 races every day this month. Max £25 per race. T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.